Hello everybody, welcome back to Swamp Donkey Gardens, where we do a whole lot of gardening, a little DIYing, some repurposing. We have a whole lot of fun. Today it's April 5th. It's around 4 o'clock. It's around 61 degrees out. I'm hanging out here in my sunflower field in the nature. Check it out. Crows and everything. Yeah. I thought that was kind of neat. But yeah, it's beautiful out today. Let me turn this down just a touch. Yeah, it's beautiful out today. It's, like I said, it's 61. It was a little chilly yesterday. But today, what we want to do is we're gonna go out and we're gonna do our potatoes. First we're gonna go through a little bit of a drawing that I have to, I guess, concept the potato growing in pots. You know what they're gonna go through, of what I understand that they're gonna go through. I'm not an expert again. It's theoretically, that's how they should work. So that's how we're going to kind of grow them. But we're going to do them in pots. I'm just not comfortable doing potatoes in the soil yet. You have to go deep with them. I know you can mound them, but my soil's it stays pretty wet for a long time, and I'm just afraid they're going to rot. But I'm going to do some in the regular garden, but most of them we're going to do in the pots. We're going to do one pot. We'll do our purple potatoes. Another pot we'll do Yukon Golds, and then the other ones we'll do the small red potatoes. And then another pot, I think we're going to do 2 pots of red potatoes, just because they're small, and I just kind of curious to see how they grow. I've watched a bunch of informative videos to, I guess, shows how to grow potatoes, and shows the progression of them, and which I thought they were pretty informative. So I'm just sharing the information that I have learned. So, but yeah, we'll do 2 red potatoes, 2 pots of those. I think we'll put 6 or 7 in each. The bigger potatoes, I think we'll only do 6. We'll do a circle. I'll show you all that once we get out. Once we get outside. We already prepped the pot. I already prepped the pots this morning. I went out and got my soil, and my soil is 2 parts peat moss to 1 part from my compost pile, which was compost soil, and then the third is from the pots that I had out there, which was soil from last year, which that consisted of topsoil and mushroom compost. And at the bottom of all my pots, I had I think this is the correct word, a horticulture kind of pot. I put a layer of like logs and sticks, and I guess that's a kind of a way you can get, you can raise it up about 4 inches, and then that stuff will decompose in there. I mean, it did a lot, but it's not totally gone. I dumped the pots out. There were still sticks and logs and stuff in there, but that's how you can kind of make up your space in your pot. If you don't want to add that much dirt. But so yeah, I got all those ready, and then we're gonna have a mixed pot of 2 purple, 2 Yukon Golds, and I think 3 or 2 of our red potatoes. We're gonna just try it, see how it goes. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I guess it's just like gardening. It's not. I'm not claiming to be a master gardener at all. I'm really not. It's a lot of trial and error. So yeah. Well, I mean, we'll get out to the, we'll get them planted today, and we'll go through all that. Got most of our raised beds As you see in my last video, we got the raised beds up. We did take some more. I didn't video yesterday. It was kind of windy out. I didn't know if it was going to go very good. But I took partial of the porch down. Like I said before, I put rough cut lumber on for the winter on, you know, kind of enclose my porch. It was kind of nice, kind of kept the wind out. But it was windy yesterday, and I just wanted to get all that stuff. But I figured I'd check back in today, and like I said, we got a bunch of stuff going. We got most of our pepper plants are up. Our greenhouse, or our grow room upstairs, is stacked. I got a pretty nice setup. I got the stuff on top now that's pretty much my heat mat, because my heater's right below that table. And then I got down below, I got most of the plants that are up. All the tomatoes are up. They're all ready to go. I bought some more seeds the other day. I want to try a couple more different kind of varieties. You know, like I said, I'm probably going to try to sell some of them. If I don't, I'm just going to plant them. I got plenty of room. I got another 20-foot raised bed that I have to build and, you know, go about that. All our basil's coming up. Our regular basil, our regular sweet basil's coming up. Our purple basil is all coming up. We're still waiting on some of the kind of peppers. They're always take a little bit longer. Yesterday I got the rest of the peach trees planted, the nectarines trees planted, and the plum is still waiting patiently, and it's ready to be in the ground. But I got to find a place for that. I didn't want to put it down there because it's so small and it's more of a decorative. But we'll go with that. You know, we'll get that baby in there. Yeah. Our garlic's doing real well. And like I said, once we get outside, I'll get a little bit more into that. I'll show you how it's doing. And something I learned today. And I like to learn something new every day. I mean, if you learn something new, one thing new every day, you know, that's 365 days. That's 365 ideas. That's a, you know, you can start a lot of things with just ideas, just throwing ideas. But yeah, I was watching, I don't remember if it was on Google or YouTube or whatever it was, fertilizing your garlic. You don't want to add a lot of nitrogen, or I don't remember what the other, my lips are dry from yesterday, the wind burn. I don't remember the name, but I know garlic, or a root for like an onion also, they like potassium because it enhances their root growth. You don't want to enhance their leaf growth with nitrogen and the other one. But yeah, potassium, you don't want to crazy go, but I side dress mine. I'll show you when we get outside. I'll show you how we go about doing that. And you don't want to go crazy with that. It's just, you know, it's something that you got to do. You know, you want to do. You want to promote growth of the root, because they're a root vegetable. So, and that goes with potatoes also. They're also a potassium lover. They like a good potassium. I think anything with a root potato is, you know, it's good for the root growth. So we'll show you how to side dress that, you know, a little bit here. So if you want to hold on a minute here, I'll get my paper ready and we'll go through the potting the potatoes. All right, we're back. Now here's kind of the diagram that I drew up. It's kind of rudimentary, but it's just a diagram. So obviously this is our pot, and I this 25-gallon pot is what this is. This and then I've pre-drilled holes in the bottom. I did it all the way, all the way in the circumference. I think I did a couple on the corners. So yeah. So when I get my pot and I fill it with 4 to 6 inches of soil to start off. And like I said, I mixed it. It was 1 part compost, 2 parts peat, and the other pot was just with topsoil and mushroom compost mixed. But that was from last year, so that got a good year for the mushroom compost to decompose and get what it's, get the goodness in it. So then I this would be my potato, and I would come down and I would do it 4 to 6 inches of soil, plant them, how many ever I'm going to do, I'm going to space them at, like I said, a 6. I'll show you when I get outside. And then I'll go with another 6 inches of soil, which that's 6 inches here. This is all soil in here. This would be your eyes of your potato. So I'm buried up to here, and then once it grows up, it gets its true leaves, a couple of its true leaves, and it'll kind of look like this, but these leaves will be down here. I'll fill it up. I'll fill it up again, just till there's some leaves probably maybe 3 inches sticking out. These leaves down here they'll just dissipate and go into the soil. But your potatoes will start coming they'll start growing your little tubers out of little shoots out here, like down in this. It won't grow out of these where these leaves are. It'll grow out of this part here. So you'll only have potatoes in these sections. You won't have, they do grow up, once they get bigger they push up, but you usually don't have any potatoes growing out of this part here. But then I'll fill this up. Well, I guess that would be the mounding part of the potato. So that's what everybody says about about mounding. And then I'll leave it about 2 inches head space here between the top of the pot for my mulch. And once the potatoes, they start coming up, they'll start getting bigger. And like I said, they'll push on the soil here. You do not want the sun to penetrate down in here at any rays. You don't want any of their UV rays to get down there, because once the sun hits a potato, it turns it green and it turns it poisonous. This is what I'm told. Like I said, I've never grown potatoes, but this is the first. So that's why I go this, and then before they grow the tomatoes or potatoes, I put more soil on there just to protect, and I put a good layer of mulch, hay, whatever you use, a mulch, a good 2 inches to the top, and then water. You got to water that in, obviously, when you put this this layer in and your potato in. But then you have this 2 inch head space here, and that's for watering. I don't think there's any plant out there that really likes water on its leaves. I mean, there is some, not saying there isn't any, but like tomatoes, cucumbers, potatoes, peas, anything, it must promote maybe a fungus or something like that, but they don't like it. So I always water down in here, and I fill that right up till it's pooled up, and that'll all dissipate down in, down through here. And then when I put my potatoes outside, I put them on a pallet just to keep the ants and the slugs. And I have a hard time with slugs every year. I tell my wife Carrie that at about May, the end of May, beginning of July is when the soil really starts to come together, and it's not real super moist, and it starts coming together, but then the slugs start coming out, and boy, I tell you what, they come out in droves. But I do have a tip on slugs. I've not won the war, but I've put a good dent in them. But yeah, that's because it's moist down there. So, but yeah, back to this. Like I said, you don't want the sun to get into your potatoes, because it turns them green, and then you can't eat them there because they're no good. They're poisonous. So, but that's how I'm gonna prevent any sun getting down into my potatoes. And like I said, this part would be the hilling part, I guess you would call, after your true leaves. You get some of these you know, a couple leaves here, here, but your main stem is, you don't want to ever cover this up all the way. You know, when it's down here, you just don't want to cover that up. So, but yeah, we'll get to that part, and we'll go outside and we'll get to the real deal. All right, we're back here, guys. We're outside. It kind of got overcast out here. It was sunny, bright, but it got overcast and the wind died down. So that's kind of beautiful. It's actually beautiful out right now. I got a little sweatshirt on, and good weather. But we got our pots here. We got one in front of me, actually one beside me here, and one back here, and then the other one. So this one back here is I just stuck them in some bags. This is our mixed bag, or our mixed bucket, and I'll mark on the buckets. Once I'm done here, I'll mark exactly what they are. These ones are our red potatoes, and then this bucket beside me, you can't really see. And we can get out a little bit. Yeah, I got one here. But like I said, I pre-filled them. These are our Yukon Golds. And then the bucket back here this is our purple back here. Check out my attire. I got my 80s 1987 arrows on, baby. And then I got another bucket over here. And then some more reds, just like here in front of me. So yeah, let's turn you down here. Back this up a little bit. And I don't know if you can kind of see, I do have a yardstick down here. I get it stuck down to my bottom, and I got about 5 inches in there, let's say, per se, maybe 5.5. You know, I got it all leveled out pretty good. And that's what I did with all the buckets. I mean, they got some wood chunks in there. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Like I said, it's mixed. What the heck is it mixed with? Perlite, not perlite. Peat moss, compost, and just regular soil that we had from last year that was in the pots. We mixed it over here in we got a tarp mixer. This is how we mix. I'll show you real quick here. It's all mixed pretty good. There's some sticks and stuff in there still, but this is what I was doing earlier, is just kind of throwing it around, mixing it up, going from corner to corner and edge to edge, and kind of pick it up. As long as you don't got a whole lot of, it mixes it up pretty good. So that's how I mix it there. So I want to go like here, take the big chunks and move them out of the way. There, say about 4 inches in between, 4 inches. Another one there, another one there, and then one in the middle. So we'll go one here. And these are just little, so they're just our little reds, and they're ready. They're ready to grow. And I don't think any of these ones I didn't cut any of these ones. I just left these how they are. And you can always tell the top. I mean, this one's quite obvious. You can see all the shoots. I mean, there will be shoots growing out the side, but in the bottom of this little, oh, you can see it in there. It's just a little nibby nib right about in there by my finger. But that's the bottom of the tomato. I just learned that not too long ago either. But yeah, that one looks real well. Nice some purple and green. It's ready to rock and roll. Get these big chunks out of there. Here I am doing again. And you always want to plant your chits up. Oh yeah, that's for the other one. And they'll grow. They're down in there. I leave them stick up a little bit. And like I said, I like to let's get out our handy dandy stick. I don't know if you can see it, but there's 11 inches. So we're at 5. Stick it down in there, it's 5. We're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So about 10 inches we want to go. So there's a line, and all these barrels are like an indent, and that's going to be right around what we need for our fill. We'll fill it there, and then when we come up again, we'll mound it, you know, this far till we get about 2 inches, and we might only go 5 inches. So we might only go, you know what I mean? We might only go to here, and then it'll give us a little bit more to mound up. So yeah, I think I just made an executive decision. I'm only going to go to 5 inches, and then once they peek through, then that'll give us a good. What will that give us? Oh yeah, that'll give us a good 6 inches to fill up the next time. So it'll mound up over, you know, 6 inches. So we'll let them get up out of the ground about 6 inches, and then we'll mound them up again. So like I said, we'll fill it up to about 5 inches. Should be about good. Yeah, pick a little big sticks and sticky stuff out of there. So yeah, that's that's right around 5 inches. So we'll rinse and repeat. We'll do that to all our potatoes, and we'll see you when we get back, once we're done there. All right, we're back. We got them all filled up. We got them all marked. And you can see that one in the background here. That's our mixed. So we got purple, then red, and then there's you can barely see it. You can probably see it on there. There's a gold stripe on there, but I did that on that one. And then this one here, I had some red spray paint, so I put an R on it in red, and then I put a red stripe around it, and then one beside it is our Yukon Golds, which I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't really see it, but I'm not going to move that thing. But yeah, I marked them all up, so I know exactly what they are. I got this set up here. I went around to each of them, and just to kind of give them a nice fine soil. This is 8 inch screen. I got it 1x8 or 1x2s or whatever it is. I blocked it in, and I stapled the screen to the bottom, so it's a nice big screen. You can add some nice soft, a nice good
you know, layer with nothing in it. Just has nice fine soil, and it comes out like little pellets. You just work it around there. It doesn't have to be anything, you know what I mean, too spectacular. And you can do it. You can do this in anything. This screen comes in handy. I really like it. I got about 4 of them at an auction down in, where was it? I think Renova or somewhere in that area. I got 4 of them from an old feller. He had a big garden, and he had a bunch of garden and stuff, so I got these. So yeah, you can work it down to as fine as you want. That's probably pretty good. I usually work it down to these. It all turns into these just little pellets, or, you know, I mean, there's the bigger rocks and the sticks and, you know, whatnot, just crap you don't want in there. So then I just move this out of the way, and I'll just dump it into my one of these beds there. That'll just get mixed in. That's good soil. That's nice there. And that's a nice top dress. The dress is right where we want to be. We've got all fine stuff in there. Pretty cool. I use that a lot. I mean, you could do that with all your soil. You can sift it all out and get all the crap out. I've been going around to the beds. Show you here. Let's take you with. We got selfie stick. With this bed here, I don't know if you notice I threw some other dirt on there, but I sifted a lot of this out of there. It's pretty dry right now. So, but yeah, that's our potatoes. They're ready to go. They're ready to be moved and put on the pallet. I don't exactly know where I'm going to put them yet. I think somewhere down in here, or maybe over there where the plastic is along there. I don't know. I might put a bed over there too. I don't know yet. But let's walk over here and kind of take a look at our garlic. All right, I gotta do a shot of the sky. Take these legs up. There you are. Sorry about wiggling you around. Hope I didn't make you motion sickness. But we do have, I rototilled yesterday. I spent probably about an hour and a half rototilling all the beds, all the raised beds. I rototilled all them in and got them, all of them, but I think one I didn't get set in. But our garden is ready. It's ready to be planted. So, but I mean, it might be a little early yet, but I am going to cover it. I got enough black plastic. I'm just going to cover these where I'm going to put where I got my raised beds, and I'll roll all this. I guess you kind of can't see. Yeah, you can see here. See how it's mounted there, and then over here a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of mounted here, but I'll mount it all throughout there, and I'll get my rows. And let's get down here. Look at my onions. They're doing real well. It's just a little patch of them. That was from last year. They grew up into my garlic. Let's go over here and see if we can't see the garlic a little bit. I don't know if you can see her down there, but there's one there, one there, another one here, there. There's probably about, I'd say probably about 20 heads of garlic in there. So yeah, it's all ready. And like I said, I did a bunch of rototilling. That's all ready. I'm going to black plastic it. I'll probably black plastic it up tomorrow. Yesterday I did plant our trees. Let's go down here and we'll take care of that business. And there's a peach here, and there's a peach here, which I gotta trim them up yet. And there's them, and there's our row of pears. There's one here. I got what, 3 of those. And our apples are off to that side. Ooh, sorry. I don't know if you can see that, baby. It's little. Ain't very big. Well, that's the tip of it, huh? So, but them are nectarines. The nectarines are pretty little, and I planted them just like the other ones. Got up to where you're. Let's go to this side. You can see a little better. At the right where it was fused on, right there. You can see where it was a little stick there. And some hay. I got them mulched in. These ones came with a. They didn't come with that core. They came with, I don't know, some kind of mulch, some kind of wood mulch. So, but I put that on there, and then I'll put that on there. That water them in real good. So, some John Deere in the background. Look at that sucker. Fellow buncher. That'd be cool to have. Cool to take a rip around on. So yeah, let's walk over here and we'll check out greenhouse. I think that's another thing I'll be doing tomorrow morning. I'll be putting the polytunnel up. The tractor, and that's where I was putting a lot of the rocks and the junk. I got to rake around here. Well, yeah, let's go over here for a minute. Let's talk. Coming down. All right, so yeah, I got, like I said, I explained all that. Checked out our garlic back here. Almost fell over the planter. Yeah, the greenhouse is coming to, I'm gonna put that together. I gotta put a door on this side. Last year the wind ripped my zipper, so I'm gonna build a door and put it on this side here, and then this side here will be like it is. And yeah, I was gonna move it, but I think I'm just gonna keep it where it's at. I'm gonna go over here a little bit. There's some lumber. That's gonna be my grow table. So pretty soon, once I get that up, it's gonna be time to move our seedlings out here. Well, I'll harden them off for a little bit. I'll harden them off for a little bit. That person probably thought I probably think I'm crazy. But whatever. But yeah, like I said, I was just kind of showing you around, showing you my mess that I got. But it's kind of all coming together. I'm waiting. I think tomorrow we'll have some soil. We'll get a load of topsoil and mushroom compost, and they'll mix that all up for us. And I think we'll get I don't even know, a dump truck load, enough to do. We got it figured out how much to fill our raised beds, and we want to have a couple left over for we have a couple more of these 5-gallon pots here, these 25-gallon pots, and we'll fill them up. So, but okay, I guess the part of the video where we're kind of exit out, but I do have to throw out a bunch of, thank you to everybody that's watching. And again, thanks for coming to Swamp Donkey Garden. Like I said again, I just want to reiterate, I'm no expert whatsoever. You know, by no means am I an expert gardener. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I hope you enjoy the videos. I'm just trying to, you know, learn along with you. You know, we're all in it together, so we might as well, you know, like I said a little bit earlier in the video, that gardening's it's a trial and error sport, you know, and I know there's a lot of more people that know a lot more about gardening than I do, but hey, look at that. Thank you. But yeah, I know a lot of people that, you know a lot more gardening, and, you know, and if there's any ways that you think I can improve, you know, throw some comments. I mean, comments are more than welcome. I mean, I'll answer any questions. We'll go, you know, go through it. I'll help you as far as I know. But so we got our potatoes run through today. We got our potatoes done. Kind of showed you our raised bed gardens. Showed you our garden, what we got done. We did dig the hay in. Like I said, we were gonna do that. Like I said, well, tomorrow we're gonna plastic it up. I got our onions going. I think tomorrow also we're doing peas. We're gonna try to do them in gutters. I don't know how we're gonna do them. We might even just do them outside. We might just put them right in here somewhere and let them go. So yeah, here from Swamp Donkey Gardens. You guys have a great day. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Hey, I'm back again. I forgot to tell you about now the next step on these potatoes. I just walked over there and was like, oh crap, I forgot to tell them. But yeah, no, you always got to water in. You know, I'll water them in. Like I said, that's where our kind of get a shot. You got the gold, the reds, and the purples right in there, and then our mixed one is down here by our hog. And this is our, sorry we're going so long here, try not to go so long. Yeah, Premier peat moss. I want to let you know what we used for that. It's a Premier brand. I'm by no means affiliated with Premier, but yeah. And again, we're back. Oh, you can see in the background, right there's our raised, there's our, what I made my raised beds with. Them are these ones over here. All right, Swamp Donkey Gardens. This time I'm out.